The ruthless turtle eater snake, the most venomous land snake on the planet, and the slithering creature that can defeat others not only by its venom but also by its size. Let's take a look at them in action. This is wildlife, and in this episode you'll learn about the world's most dangerous snakes. Let's go! Many people think that the main danger in nature to humans is venomous snakes. They can accidentally bite a passing tourist and send them to Kingdom Come in minutes. In general, this is indeed the case, but it's important to keep in mind that such creeping creatures do not strike their venom right and left. They usually use it only as a last resort. Other snakes prefer to strangle their targets, and the anaconda is the role model of such tactics in the world of wildlife. It lives exclusively in South America and adjacent islands, preferring tropical terrain. The anaconda mostly stays underwater, but occasionally it can be spotted surfacing from there and going for a walk on land. The fact is that as it grows and increases in size, it becomes uncomfortable for it to carry this heavy body on land, so it prefers living in water. It feeds mainly on mammals and aquatic creatures, but being especially hungry, it's quite easy for it to choose something bigger as a target, like turtles. They, as everyone knows, are not famous for too much speed, so to catch them in a strangling grip is not a difficult task. Plus, turtles fit the hunting style of anacondas perfectly. These snakes never chase anyone. They prefer to stay in ambush and wait for the right moment, then make a sharp lunge and wrap their heavy rings around the prey. When the prey stops breathing, the anaconda swallows it whole. But how big does a snake have to be to swallow crocodiles, turtles, and other such creatures whole? Well, there is much debate about the maximum size of anacondas. According to official data, the largest female anaconda caught in Venezuela reached over 16 feet in length and weighed about 220 pounds. Nevertheless, many nature lovers claim anacondas to be 33 feet long. Unfortunately, or fortunately, the existence of such monsters has not yet been confirmed. The ferocious inland taipan is our next guest. It's ferocious not because of its aggressive nature or impudent behavior. It's all about its venom, which can kill hundreds of adults at once. For the rest, this snake is a nice creature that doesn't wish anyone evil. The inland taipan is able to change its skin color if it doesn't like the ambient temperature. In the cold season, its smooth scales are colored in dark brown with gray or light brown sides. As we know, the dark color attracts solar heat and provides better warmth in the wintertime. During the hot season, it changes into light colors of brownish light green. In this case, light skin saves the reptile from overheating. The average size of this taipan is about 6.5 feet, although there are individuals up to 8.2 feet long. 6.5 feet is quite enough to remain elusive and at the same time the most venomous land snakes on the planet. Like almost all venomous snakes, the inland taipan will not attack humans first. It'll try to hide prudently. But if it's brazenly flicked by its tail, it will manage to punish the offender. Moreover, the rage of the taipan will overtake the aggressor under any circumstances, since the snake is accustomed to not letting its prey go until the prey stops moving. These snakes live about 15 years, and they lay 12 to 20 eggs at a time, which makes the inland taipan population all right at first glance. In fact, the monitor lizard called parenty constantly lives next to them, which will not mind swallowing a taipan. There's also the mulga snake, which is immune to venom, which is why it loves eating young inland taipans. Because of these enemies, no more than 2 individuals usually survive from an entire clutch of eggs. If the inland taipan is the most venomous land snake in the world, then the king cobra is the longest among all venomous snakes. Its venom is 180 times weaker than that of the inland taipan, but it can by no means be considered peaceful or safe. The cobra, which reaches 18 feet in length, usually hides somewhere in caves or burrows and can also lurk in a tree. Its life expectancy is on average 30 years. Over such a long period, during which it constantly grows and develops, the king cobra has learned to devour practically all snakes in its path. They've become a favorite delicacy for it. Humans, too, can be enlisted as enemies of the king cobra. The probability of human death after a bite can exceed 75%. The only good news is that spraying is a special ritual that it performs every time it encounters an enemy. The king cobra raises and shows its family symbol of power, the hood. But it's not just in battles with enemies that they have such unusual tricks. If they have a question about the territory, then king cobras will figure it out among themselves by the following method. Both snakes will try to touch the top of the head of their opponent with their lower jaw. The winner is the one that does it first. These snakes also have duels for love, and again they go without lethal bites. In relation to their loved ones, everything goes tiger snake. Next, we have another dangerous snake, which is found mainly in southeastern Australia and the island of Tasmania. The habitat is forests, grasslands, pastures, and deserts. The length of these snakes is up to 6.5 feet. Depending on the place where this beauty stays, its coloration tends to vary. What else depends on the habitat is its diet. Tiger snakes living in Western Australia have a small head on a large body and accordingly a small jaw, so their main diet includes frogs, toads, tadpoles, small rodents, small birds, and eggs of birds that live in low-growing branches of trees and bushes. In addition, tiger snakes do not disdain eating fish, including eels. The snakes of subspecies living closer to the north of the mainland are slightly larger, and they have a more massive jaw. These snakes hunt larger prey, for example, seagulls. However, regardless of the targets that tiger snakes hunt, any prey can be killed in just one bite. The power of the tiger snake venom is more than enough to do so. Also, in addition to the extremely dangerous toxin, this snake differs from the others in terms of reproduction. All tiger snakes are viviparous. That's all, guys. Are you afraid of snakes? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you later.